Welcome everybody. The question number 1A of the new style pilot paper exam. Question very similar to all the other papers though, isn't it? Discuss briefly the factors which influence working capital policy. So the things you want to mention, first of all, state what working capital is. So you're talking about current assets and current liabilities. Maybe even break them down, say what it is. Then talk about the main thing that we always know about working capital. It's that struggle between profitability and liquidity. So state that some key companies focus on profits, some companies focus on liquidity, and that focus will decide how much working capital they will hold. Other things that will decide are the type of business it is. If you're a service industry, you will not have much stock. If you're a supermarket, you'll not have many receivables. If you're a manufacturing business, then probably the opposite. So the type of business will change how the receivables, payables, etc. will change how all these appear in your accounts. So you know how much you're going to hold. What else would affect what we're going to hold would be the operating cycle. If you remember, the operating cycle is your inventory days plus your receivable days minus your payable days. Okay, so if our operating cycle is very low inventory and receivable days, then our working capital policy would reflect that. We'd have very low stock and very low debtors. But we might want it to be different, so the working capital would be different. A fifth point you could mention would be your terms of trade, an obvious one. If it is that we're focusing on liquidity, we want cash in, we may offer an early settlement discount. If we offer an early settlement discount, we'll have fewer receivables affecting our working capital. And then finally, you could talk about the risk appetite of a company. And when we talk about risk appetite, we talk about aggressive and conservative, that sort of thing. And the aggressive way of financing is to use more short-term finance. The conservative is to use more long-term finance. And it's the way you do that will affect your profitability and liquidity. So it's how aggressive and how conservative you are will affect your working capital. That's more than enough for 6 marks. I went into quite a lot of detail there, but it's a real standard question. So if you get a question on working capital policy, bop, there's your 6 answers.